He rented a house for her, Ada, I said, my voice breaking into a sob. Spent 5 million naira, bought her a car, and she has another man. The fourth. Now he's in the hospital. I don't know if I can forgive him, Ada. This is too much. My name is Cynthia, and I am a woman of medium build, with deep brown skin and expressive eyes that have seen too much. My hair, once a wild mass of curls, now pulled back into a practical bun, and has always been a source of pride, a crown I wear with quiet dignity. I work as a primary school teacher, a job that demands patience, resilience, and a certain unyielding strength shaping young minds. Calvin and I met in the university. He was charming, with a smile that could melt the hardest of hearts, and a laugh that echoed like music in the hallways. He courted me with sweet words and grand gestures, and soon enough I was his. We were happy once, the kind of happy that makes you forget the world outside your love bubble. But all that feels like a distant dream now. Kevin was a contractor, often traveling for jobs, which I now realize was a convenient cover for his escapades. February 5th of this year marked the beginning of my latest ordeal. Calvin claimed he had an outside job, a lucrative contract that would keep him away for a while. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? He had done such jobs before, returning with stories, and more importantly, the checks. This time was different. He assured me payment was pending until the final trip, so I waited. Weeks passed. He sent 100,000 naira to take care of our 3 kids, promising to bring home more once he was paid. I sensed something amiss, but ignored my gut. It wasn't until a call from an unknown number shattered my illusion. A woman, her voice dripping with disdain, informed me that my husband was in the hospital. "Come and take care of your husband," she spat. I hung up, my hands visibly shaking. I couldn't make out anything from all she said. My children played in the next room, unaware of the storm brewing. I called my mother-in-law. Her voice was a sharp contrast to my pain. "Your son is in the hospital," I said, my voice flat, devoid of emotion. "He was fighting over a woman. He is badly injured." "What nonsense are you talking about?" she snapped. "Why are you not there with him?" "Because he lied to me," I shot back, my anger rising. "He told me he was on official duty. He sent me money to care for the kids while he played house with another woman. You've always defended him, but this time, you go take care of your son." "I need you to go to Lagos," I said, struggling to keep my voice calm. "He needs you." "And what about you, eh? Are you not his wife?" Her tone accusatory, as if it was all my fault. "I have the children to take care of. Besides, he betrayed me." My voice trembled, but I didn't want her to hear me cry. "So what if he lied? Men do these things. It is nothing new," she huffed, a dismissive sound that grated my nerves. "It is something new to me," I snapped. "He almost died because of this thing you called nothing. Are you really going to ignore that?" She muttered something in Igbo, a curse perhaps, and hung up. I let out a long breath, my shoulders slumping. The weight of it all was almost too much to bear. I got up and walked to the kitchen. The air was cool from the tiles, cold under my bare feet. I opened the fridge and stared at the contents, not really seeing anything. I needed to eat, to keep my strength up, but the thought of food made my stomach turn. My mind drifted back to when Calvin and I first met. He was different, or maybe I was just blind to his flaws. We would spend hours talking about our dreams, our future. He promised me the world, and for a while I believed him. But now, those dreams are shattered, scattered like a broken glass. I closed the fridge and leaned against the counter, closing my eyes. I could still hear his voice, soft and loving, whispering promises in the dark. The phone buzzed with her fury, but I tuned out, my mind racing. I stared at the photos the woman sent. Calvin, my husband, laid in a hospital bed, his face swollen, bruised and bandaged. It was a grotesque parody of the man I married. Days passed, in a blur of routine and simmering anger. My mother-in-law called again, her voice acidic with blame. "You should be here, Cynthia. He's your husband." "And he's your son," I retorted. He lied. He put himself in that situation, so you go take care of him. Her insults stung, but I stood firm. The kids need me here. I have responsibilities, a life to manage. Calvin's betrayal cut deep, but I won't let it break me, I told her. After I ended the call with her, I called Ada, my best friend, and poured out my heart, her voice, a soothing balm on my wounded soul. "He rented a house for her, Ada," I said, my voice breaking into a sob. "Spent 5 million naira, bought her a car, and she has another man. They fought. Now he's in the hospital." Ada's silence spoke volumes. Finally, she said, "What do you want to do, Cynthia?" "I don't know," I admitted, my strength faltering. "I have called his mother. She's with him now. But I can't go. I can't face him. Not after this." "You need to think about yourself," Ada advised. "And the kids. Kevin made his choices. You need to make yours." I nodded, tears streaming down my face. "I don't know if I can forgive him, Ada. This is too much." "Take it one day at a time," she said gently. "And remember, you're stronger than you think." The wounds, physical and emotional, inflicted on me was fresh and deep. It was difficult for his mother to understand why I couldn't forgive him in a flash. She said it was just a fling. After all, I was the one he was married to. "You're heartless and ungrateful," she accused me. "I'm practical. I might be his wife, but I've never cheated on him," I countered. "I am also a mother. I have to protect my children. He put us all at risk." One evening, as the kids slept, I sat alone, scrolling through photos of happier times. I wondered where it all went wrong. The man I married is a stranger now. His actions, a betrayal I can't comprehend. My phone buzzed again. I picked it up, and it was a message from Calvin. "I am sorry." It read, "Please forgive me, Cynthia." I stared at the words, my heart heavy. Forgiveness isn't that simple. Trust, once broken, is hard to mend. I typed a response, then deleted it. What can I say that hasn't already been said? His actions spoke louder than his words ever could. The days blended together, a monotony of routine and reflection. My colleagues at school noticed my distraction, but I offered no explanations. This is my burden to bear. At home, I'm present for the children, but my mind is elsewhere, lost in a fog of what-ifs and why-nots. Kelvin's mother called less frequently now to give me her test updates filled with disdain. One afternoon, while grading papers, my phone rang. It was Kelvin. I hesitated, then answered. His voice was weak, filled with regret. "Cynthia, I'm sorry. I was a fool." "Yes, you were," I said, my voice cold. "But sorry isn't enough." "Please," he pleaded. "I need you. You needed me when you were lying to me, when you were renting houses and buying cars for another woman. Where was your need then?" He was silent, the weight of my words hanging between us. Finally, he whispered, "I'll do anything to make it right." "Anything?" I laughed bitterly. "Can you undo the hurt, the betrayal? Can you erase the nights I cried myself to sleep, wondering where you were?" I don't know how," he admitted, his voice breaking. "Then maybe you should start here," I said, ending the call. Slowly, life resumed a semblance of normalcy. Calvin remained in the hospital, his recovery slow and fraught with complications. His mother continued to berate me, but I tuned her out still. My focus was on my children, my job, and my own healing. One evening, as I prepared dinner, my eldest daughter asked, when he started coming home. I paused, the knife in my hand hovering over a tomato. "Soon, I hope," I said, forcing a smile. "Will he be okay?" She pressed, her eyes wide with worry. "Yes, darling," I assured her, my heart aching. "He'll be fine." Later, as I tucked the children into bed, I thought about Kelvin, the man he was, the man he's become. I found solace in small moments, the laughter of my children, the camaraderie of my colleagues, the quiet strength of Ada. These are my anchors, my reminder that life goes on, even in the face of betrayal. One night, as I sat alone in the living room, he wrote me again. "I want to come home," he said. I stared at the words, my mind a well of emotion. Home. What does that even mean now? Our home is filled with memories, both good and bad. Can we rebuild what's been broken? I typed a response, my fingers trembling. "We need to talk," I wrote. "When you're ready, we'll talk." The days continued, each one a step towards an uncertain future. He was discharged and his mother took him in. I breathed a sigh of relief, grateful for the distance, but aware that our reckoning is inevitable. Finally, the day came. Kevin stood at the door, looking fragile, a shadow of the man he once was. He came in the company of his sister and uncle. We sat in the living room, the children playing outside, their laughter a distant echo. "Cynthia," he began, his voice trembling. "I'm sorry. I don't know how to make it right, but I want to try." I met his gaze, my eyes hard. "It's not that simple, Kelvin. You broke something inside me. Trust, love. I don't know if it can be fixed." "I'll do whatever it takes," he said, desperation in his eyes. "Please give me a chance." I sighed, the weight of his plea heavy on my heart. "We'll see." I said finally, but it's going to take time, and you have to prove it every single day. He nodded, tears streaming down his face. I will, I promise. As he hugged me, I felt a glimmer of hope. Fragile, but present. I realized he had learned his lessons the hard way. Our journey is far from over, but perhaps, just perhaps, there's a chance for healing, for redemption. But for now, I hold on to that hope and take it one day at a time. As I look back on my life, it feels like a story not my own, a tale filled with unexpected twists and turns.